Will Grier.
Coach Spav said you guys had a lot of talks just about being more efficient, maybe not trying to do too much and just getting rid of the ball in certain situations. Talk more about that and how you can improve on that situation going forward.
Yeah, I think trying to extend plays and give us a spark, and I think that there's certain situations I got to get rid of the ball, and that's the gray area of being a playmaker and being a quarterback. If somebody squirts open and I throw a 60-yard touchdown, then I don't think anybody's going to tell me to throw the ball away. But it's just that's part of playing the position, and it falls on me. So I've made corrections, and I'm going to do a better job of getting rid of the ball and keeping us from going backwards. That's part of this game. Nobody's going to play perfect football, and but we've made adjustments, and we're going to be better moving forward.
What do you have to do to sort of balance that line? Because there's been a lot of plays you've created where you would think, "God, this is dead," and then you make something happen.
Yeah,
so how do you got to figure that out on a play-by-play process?
It's a gray area. It's something that. Like I said, you're not always going to make the right decision, and it's going to fall down on me either way. And so I got to be use my best judgment and try and make plays, but also throw the ball away in certain situations. So going to be better moving forward.
Have you had a game that frustrating offensively before?
There's a lot of games that have been frustrating. I wasn't necessarily frustrated Saturday. I have a good time playing the game. It was a cool atmosphere, and it was a fun game, and things just they played really hard and outplayed us in a lot of areas, and that was frustrating. But we got to be able to produce better. We got to move the chains. We got to score points, and that was frustrating. But it's over and done with, and we've all moved on to Baylor. So.
For me, bumps and bruises perspective, is this a nice week to have a Saturday off?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what bye weeks are for, and I feel good. I think a lot of guys had a chance to get some extra treatment and get healthy, so should be fresh moving forward.
Well, do you think there's any extra motivation giving some extra time to prepare than how last year's game went, with them kind of coming back at the end?
Yeah, they did a good job last year. They didn't quit. They played hard. They're going to play their team that plays really hard, and we're expecting a battle. We got to come out and play our best football. So that's what we're preparing for, and it's going to be a battle, and we got to come out and play our best game and get a win, whatever it takes.
Coach Spavital was talking about how the timing was just off in that game. That's really been an emphasis this week. I guess how does that get off track, and how do you get back on track?
I think there was a lot of things that kind of went into that. I think that we've practiced really hard on timing and routes and just making sure that we're all on the same page with it. I think that it's not something anybody needs to freak out about, but it's something you need to kind of sharpen up, and we have. And as we move on to Baylor, we look to be do more of those little things the right way, and then that should result in moving the chains and scoring points. So we're looking forward to get back out there. I think that we're still a really good football team and a really good offense, and there won't be huge problems. There weren't any crazy huge problems this past weekend. I think we just got outplayed in some areas, but I think as a whole, when we go out and practice and watch film, there's just little things that we need to be sharper on, and we will be.
What is it about that game? Did you watch the Ohio State-Purdue game? Did you have any flashbacks going? Just team in all black, and it's dark, and things are going on out there, and strange things happen. What is it about that?
I think a lot of it's college football. Anybody can win on any Saturday. With not including Alabama, apparently. They're doing pretty well. It's a competitive sport, and teams come out and play hard, and they get up for night games, and they get up to play top 10 teams, and they play hard. And like I said, it's not you were there at Iowa State. That was a fun atmosphere, and they played every person on that field played hard, and they made tackles and they made blocks, and You know, it was a tough game, and they came out with the win. And like I said, we're moving on to Baylor, but that's what we have to do moving forward.
I was going to say, flip it around now. You get a night game at home. I mean, some of the same things that you encountered, you can do with the crowd.
Yeah, no, I think as a whole, as a team, we need to kind of, you know, their energy and their excitement and the way they played football needs to be the way we play football. I think that's how you have to play football every weekend to win in college football. I don't think that. I think they out-energied us last Saturday, and I think that moving forward, we need to be the team with more energy and more passion, and that falls on me and falls on the leaders. And we have to get our guys motivated to play every snap with that energy like they did and like Purdue did. You know, that's how you win in college football is play with crazy energy on every snap.
Can a crowd and atmosphere play into that a little bit with you guys?
Oh, absolutely. You know, that's you know, we. Especially at a place like West Virginia, our home crowd is awesome, and when they're involved, when they're loud and they're into it, that's great for our team. And I think you see that around, you know, with Penn State and some great college atmospheres around the country. Those they affect games with their energy.
How have you seen that aspect, Will? You know, with some of the senior leaders stepping up.
How have I seen what?
How have you seen that aspect this week with senior leaders stepping
up?
up?
Oh, yeah, I think it's in practice. I think that I say a lot that practice translates to games. I truly believe that. I think that when you go out on the practice field, you got to have energy, you know, and it's not easy sometimes, but you got to go out there and have energy on every snap and, you know, kind of try and push that into everybody, young guys, scout team guys, that it's important because, like I said, that's how you win football games in college football. You know, there's a lot of other things that go into it, obviously, but if you don't have that energy and effort and excitement on every play, it's tough to win when the other team does, you know, regardless of who it is. And we see that a lot in college football. So it's on us as leaders to prepare with that energy and show and by example how to attack practice and how to attack meetings, lifts and strength and conditioning stuff and everything. Everything matters. All the little things matter, and we have to lead by example in that way. And I think that we've had a good week so far, and this preparation leads all the way up until the game. So we got to finish this week out and continue to lead. And you know, we should be really excited to play on Thursday.
How much emphasis has been put on the fact that you guys still control your destiny in this league?
Yeah, I think that's all. I mean, you control your destiny regardless. You know, like I said, we moved on from that game and made corrections, and all you can control is the next play. Our next play is practice today, and then it's going to be practice tomorrow, and then, you know, obviously the game on Thursday. It's all about the next play mentality and being the best we can be on the next play and learning from our mistakes. And that's the mentality as leaders we have to instill in our team, and I think that we've done a good job of that. And you know, like I said, had a good week of practice, and that's all that we can do at this point. We can't go back and play Iowa State again as much as we'd like to. You know, we have to move on and we have to prepare for Baylor, and so that's what we've done.